been a doozy of a couple of days. We were able to get the National Environmental Strategy out. Completely jazzed that the people sending back their comments have been incredibly positive, and they're coming from people whose opinions I really value. So I'm feeling really good about that. But on the other hand, it's like anything else. You can put together a good product, but if you can't get it in front of people, then it's as if it never happened. So now we have to really focus on this challenge of figuring out how to share it. But I, I was feeling good just from a personal perspective to get it out. Now I'm feeling a whole lot better, knowing that there's consensus on it and that it does offer something different than what we've seen so far, and that it is actually executable. But then there's been like the just regular day-to-day stuff. Oh, gosh, man, when you're driving a truck and you're not used to it, you end up with detours. And so we ended up with a 3-hour detour yesterday, which, when you're already on fumes and then you have an unexpected high-stress detour, it's not fun. And then we got here and we started up the engine turned down the generator and connected us to power, only to have us blow a fuse. And then we couldn't figure out where the problem was. So it took us a couple of hours, but we finally got the AC and everything back up and working. So I'm pleased that we don't have an actual problem. But again, lost about 5 hours yesterday, and that's a lot. And then, of course, I think we actually have I think we have our own petting zoo in the back. And I'm just not going to even offer any words on that. I'm just going to let that stand for itself. And wow, just when we say experience, we are having experiences. All right, so today, what's on the table? So we're going to try out our coffee talk again this morning. We're going to be talking about humor and medicine. And so I've pulled up an article to kind of share some information on that. I mean, there's a lot of impact, so we should definitely be looking at that. And then I've been tracking down, getting in touch with healthcare innovators, and I'll be going to advanced planning activity, which might be interesting. Advanced planning gets into planning after you're deceased, so it's that end of life planning piece, which we don't think about that all the time when we talk about healthcare. We only talk about getting it to the people who are going to need it immediately, and oftentimes focusing on certain populations. But this is a real discussion that needs to be had, and so I'm trying to work on solidifying getting to that point. We're also looking at attending some university activities, bringing in new people to be getting educated in healthcare services from a variety of different areas. So I'm excited to be getting into kind of the different niche spaces and seeing what we can put together. And well, we'll keep chugging along and seeing how it goes. I think my bugs everywhere. I think my one frustration really this morning, they're already having all these debates, and I'm kind of wondering, how are we going to have a debate every month for the Democrats? And then we're also having debates on special topic areas, and we aren't anywhere near the primaries. So essentially what's happening is we're favoring speed over time to come together and make really solid decisions. And if I could just have a soapbox on that, I think it's important that we get this right rather than fast. And so I hope that these programs, I applaud NEA, the National Education Association, for pushing forward and really making education an important point. I wish that we were having this discussion at least again in October, November timeframe, where we have some time to discuss the differences and the choices and the plans that we can make, and then we could work with them instead of just presenting ideas. I mean, again, if you bring people to the table, that's when you make differences. I would love to see workshops and whiteboarding sessions and things where we can work with teachers and different groups to get this right, instead of just having people stand at a podium and tell their aspirations. It's not enough to have a goal. It's necessary to have a plan. And I'll just leave that there.